Hey YouTube, how you doing? Kevin here. Alright, this is part 2 of that first video of making this expansion pipe, the welding video that we're doing. We're all set. We're going to get cracking right into it.
Maybe.
What we're doing here is we're finishing up all the welds and making the solid weld. We're welding the expansion pipe onto the header pipe.
Do some cleaning on that.
It's alright. It's all good.
It's not gonna leak. I can promise you that. Sweet.
Boy, doing these exhaust systems are exhausting, huh?
You've been waiting that for a while, haven't you?
Yep. Now he's doing the mounting bracket.
That. Not enough.
Awesome.
So I'll clean that up for you so it doesn't look like crap. However, a good welder doesn't make it look like crap. But 3 different kinds of metals. None of them are exactly clean. You get what you get. I got no smoke coming out of the weld, so I'm calling that happy.
Yep, there you go. Nice.
All right, we'll try this is cool a little bit, and we'll let that fit. We'll try fitting it. And get my glasses back on so I can see it. What it looks like.
I just headbutted the bike. Cool, cool, cool.
Well, like I said, ain't my prettiest work. But I've done a lot uglier too, so it's all good.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll clean that up for you afterwards. And, well, I'll clean it up when we're all done.
Yeah.
So I can do the whole thing. But it's not going anywhere.
Nice solid piece.
If it did, it's because you hit something.
Yeah.
So.
The idea is not to.
Right.
Okay.
Let that cool a bit.
Take you guys for a walk around that. Show you guys what we got so far. Alright, so this is the U-pipe right here, once again, off the factory exhaust that I cut up. This right here is a piece of scrap steel I had from
Don't show the world, it's too close.
This piece right here is from another exhaust system I had cut up, and when he welded it, he went over a couple of, you know, the scrap piece out there came off of it too. It was a header pipe from that, the one we did the 12-volt conversion on. That's the header pipe for that. And it had the proper angle I needed on it, so guess what? Cut it off! And then we did this one right here, the expansion pipe. This came off of a 50cc, well it didn't come off anything, it's brand new. But it was for a 50cc scooter, and the picture is on that first video there. Yep. And then this bracket right here, I made that right there out of just regular flat stock. So let's go over some of the stuff I did here while this stuff's all cooling down. This please, right there. Alright, so I just took some regular, this is 1/2 inch wide, 1/8 inch thick. I took that, cut a piece of that off, and that's what we used right up in here for a brace.
Don't look at the welds.
It all needs to be cleaned up, but that right there gives it support on the weld, on the where it butts together. I took a piece of angle iron stock, thin stock, and 2 clamps, which is right here. I'll show you what I did.
Well, we're getting that done.
We did that? Oh, awesome. Good. This right here is the piece of angle iron. I cut a piece of it off, and then I used 2 hose clamps. Just regular.
I'm gonna put another little buzz on
Yep.
this.
Just a couple of radiator clamps, and that held the 2 pipes together. And whenever you do it, try to try to grind them and cut them as straight as you absolutely can. The straighter, the better the butt, the better it is. And then we marked it all up, put it into place on the bike. I used the exhaust gasket to make sure it's 100% right where it needs to be. Make sure it grips all right. When we did the welding, I used a dummy tank. He's just doing a couple of welds right now while I'm talking to you. And make sure the seat opened and closed properly. I removed the battery so when he was doing the welds, the sparks wouldn't ignite it, because it's the old liquid filled fumes, and it's very hot out today, extremely hot out. And so that's pretty much it. You know, I'm using the factory mount for the bracket. I'm not using the upper one. I might do a drop, or I might, I don't know, I don't think I need to use that at all, period. But we'll see. He's doing some finished weldings on it, and we'll get that all squared away. Get everything mounted back on. Pretty cool, guys, huh? Pretty cool.
That looks a little better anyway.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice.
Alright, I'm gonna let that cool down. I'm gonna finish the welding part after when you're ready to do it. When I clean up the rest of the welds.
Cool, cool, cool.
But it's, I just couldn't stand looking at that other one. It was way too ugly.
Oh, I gotcha.
See, that's a little better.
Oh yeah, oh definitely.
And again, we'll grind that up. I'll do a nice pretty pass on it just to make it look better.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not going to leak, it's not going to break, it should be 100%.
Should be 100%. Nice. That's what we're going for, 100%.
Locking up's the hard part.
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? I was racking my brain on trying to figure out how I wanted to go with this, because originally I wanted the expansion pipe to come right here. I was going to put the expansion pipe right here, but it would stick out too far. And then once I took that boat anchor of a I mean, literally a boat anchor. Poor excuse for an exhaust system. The Japanese should be ashamed of themselves. On this bike, I noticed how much room I had. And then after seeing my buddy's exhaust on his scooter, I said, what year, make, and model is that? And that's what I'm buying it for. I could cut that up and use that expansion pipe. And it fit perfectly to the point where I don't need a side cover over here. It fits in there right in that area. It covers the battery box. It covers everything. It all looks good. You know, you can see the toolbox, but you can see that anyway with the other exhaust on there. So, I mean, heck, that's great, you know. And that, oh, by the way, that flat stock is just a piece of 1 inch wide, 1/8 inch thick flat stock. That's it.
Home Depot, Tractor Supply.
Yep, I got this at Tractor Supply. I always give them props. Whenever I do a video and I'm doing, you know, I tell you where I got the stuff. You know, this right here came off of eBay. It was 85 bucks. It came with a silencer, but the silencer on it was so cheap, I can't put it on this bike with good conscience. You know, it's that cheap. I mean, it looks like someone took a coffee can and painted it black and threw a chrome end on it with a little pipe.
For 85 bucks on what it's going to do,
yep.
You know, certainly worth it.
It would cost more to make that expansion pipe than the 85 bucks. So with all, you know, it was worth the 85 bucks to just buy the pipe, dice it up, and do it that way.
Like I said, once this is cleaned up a little bit,
Yep.
I might give it another pass just to pretty it up for paint. And
Cool.
let's put this thing on this bike.
All right, let's do it.
I'll hold it, you start everything because it's still hot.
Okay. Just right back here like this. Already got one loaded up.
You want to put your gasket in there?
Yeah. Is this pipe already hot?
It should be.
No. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna bring that up. I got the strap right in my face. I'm going on the other side.
Now, actually, depending on what you do for a shield on this, it'll hide a lot of the ugliness of any of the welds. But the idea is I usually do a lot better welding than this. It's a long day and it's hot.
Yep, I'm not complaining. I appreciate it. And I know it's a good solid weld, so.
Wait, that's not wrong. I'm not going to show you.
And once you clean it up, it'll look as good as new. So you got to sandblast it anyway and get all that chrome off there and everything else.
So, it looks like we're pretty close. We might have to tweak the bracket just a tad, but that's fine.
Okay.
I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Use the other way. Oh, that went right in. Yeah.
My work is temporarily done.
That's awesome.
Now at work I have a small pipe bender that we could actually use to
Perfect.
make you bend. We might have to do it there, but that's fine too.
I'm going to actually, you all done welding for tonight?
I'm done. Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to tighten it all up. Tighten it up.
I'll
Okay.
clean the rest of it up when you're all ready to have it
Yep.
cleaned up.
Perfect. That way we're all doing it all at the same time.
And that way if there's any modifications that need to be done after the fact.
Yep. All right, guys. It's all bolted down completely, and that's what it's going to look like right there, just like that. Got the expansion pipe on. It's bracketed at the factory mount down bottom. Pipe comes up. That looks cool. Once this is painted up, that pipe flowing up like that is going to look awesome. Look at that, huh? Same bend, same as the factory bend. Bolts onto the factory using the same factory gasket. No special gaskets required. It's sealed all the way around with extra supports underneath. I mean, that's just cool looking. That is just cool looking. And then back here, you guys get to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so right here, kind of dark out, but the pipe right here, my finger's up against it. See how I got room? That pipe can come out, slight bend, go straight back by the muffler, or by the spring, come right back out to an expansion pipe. No expansion pipe, a silencer. And that is pretty much it. So the only thing left to do is throw the seat back on it, clean up the mess.
Be careful, because that pipe may be a little warm.
Yep, and the pipe might be a little warm. So we'll throw that seat on there real quick. Put the battery back in. Two clips. Battery.
That's the last bend over I had left for the day.
Nope. Get put my registration and my oil back there. Another little tip with these KEs, if you have your registration, you stick it in a bag, you can stick it right beside the battery. Other than that, there's no other place to put it. That's awesome.
I made copies of mine. Now I can keep the originals locked up.
Yep.
And I'll keep the spare ones copied with me. It's not that I'd ever do anything to get stopped a lot. It happens.
Yep, we're almost done. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with